Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm reviewing another set from the recent Target launch, and these are the Hydro, and I've got the 01 model. There's 3 models in the range, so let's check them out. So as I mentioned, this is the 01 model, the 24 gram, 90% tungsten. They're also in 22 and 23 gram in steel tip. I think the equivalent model in soft tip is the only one that they have, which is the 12, and that's in 18 and 20 grams and retail for £29.95. So as you can see, it comes in the usual cardboard packaging, and on the back you've got a picture of the 3 models. And just lift that tab there. Inside there's a foam inlay holding everything in place, and on the back you've got your target guarantee and also the dart counter free pass. I think it's a monthly pass. You got your Swiss point removal tool, and the darts are supplied with the Target Pro Grip short and the standard shape Hydro flights. Dart's fitted with the 30mm silver Swiss point. It's a straight barrel dart. You've got a tapered nose, and then you've got a mix of what looks to be like shark style grip, and obviously you've got a dreaded smooth section there, so obviously that'll be in the wrong spot for someone. It always is. And then on the rear again you've got like the shark grip just on that section there. And then you've got these scallop sections, and then I think it's a normal thin ring grip. It's always, I have to go off the side here to look at it, because looking through the camera it's hard to see properly. But that section there is actually quite grippy, so high level grip I think for that bit, and not too bad on that front part there. So decent bit of grip on the sections where there is grip. And it should be a classic all-rounder, really, should work for anyone. And fitted with the Target Tag Pro Grip short stems and the Hydro number 6 small standard flights. So that's got a tapered nose, and then you've got this shark ring grip with a single ring, smooth ring interspersed in the middle, and you can probably see it a little bit better from that angle. So get a bit of nice grip off that, but then after that you've got a dreaded smooth section with the logo, and then just a little bit more of the shark ring and groove. And then on the rear section you've got this kind of like bamboo scalloped part with like the edges creating like a double ring grip with quite deep cut grooves in between, as you can see there. So that's quite grippy, that. And then on the very end it's kind of like an angular ring style grip, so not quite as grippy on the end, but still okay I guess. So that's the super close look at the Target Hydro 01 model. The darts are fitted with the 30mm silver Swiss points. You've got the tapered nose, that's smooth, 5mm, and then you've got a kind of a flattish shark ring grip with a single ring in the middle. That's 11.5mm total. A smooth section with the logo, 6mm, some more of the shark grip, 2.8mm. Then you've got that kind of scalloped bamboo grip, 16mm, and then on the rear section you've got a kind of an angular ring grip, 7mm, small tape on the end, 1.7mm, length is 50mm, width is 6.67mm. $24.10 grams, 24.09 grams, and 24 grams exactly, so that last one spoiled it a bit there. Full setup 25.47 grams. Here's the balance with just the barrels only, and this is the balance with the supplied setup. As to be expected, the scallop rings are the grippiest part, so 7 for them. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. One dart each double, front grip first, so I'm holding it on that kind of like flattish shark style grip. Oh, wrong double. I think I'm getting, just trying to check there, I think I'm getting a little bit of grip as well off that like single ring, but I feel as though when you're pushing it and letting it go, that feels like when you're getting a bit of the bite from it. Most of the time when you, because it's kind of like a flattish ring grip, shark grip, when you push your fingers that way, it just feels almost smooth, but as you push that way, and depending on how much pressure you put on, that's the only point when you start to feel a bit of a bite. But it's not like a super sticky shark grip, so it releases nice and easy. Yeah, you got one. Oh, I just seem to be about an inch away all the time. Oh, that was close on the last one. But it's got a little bit of spiralling through the air, but most of them were flying fairly smooth. But like I say, first go, so it's probably just getting used to the barrel as well. So now then, the midsection, I think I'm a little bit on the scallopy part there, but a little bit on the shark rings as well, so I'm getting a bit of a mixture of grip there. Oh, it was close. Oh, that one went rather nice. Oh, I think that one went the best through the air so far. I do like the feel of that grippy, scallopy part though. Is that another one? I think it's just under. Getting two close ones there, right on the wire. But that was just holding it there, so I wasn't fully on that scallopy grip there, but I was getting a little bit on the edge of my thumb, so it was helping me push it a little bit. And I'll try it fully on that scallop grip now, so I'm not quite at the ray, but I'm just fully on the scallop part there, just see what it's like. Was I on? I was on 16, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a fair bit of grip that, like. Oh, pity it wasn't on the front section. I think I would have liked it there. Oh, he got one. Yeah, feels quite good, that grip. So far out of this dart though, I mean, it's kind of still like your generic kind of straight barrel style, but obviously a variation of, so there's some elements of it that you can probably see on many other darts, but I would say that scallopy grip on the ray is probably the best part. So just for the sake of trying it, I'm going to try it right at the end of the barrel. I'll just have one throw at the 20s. Nearly. Oh. Oh. So it's typical straight barrel dart. It's going to work no matter where you hold it. Obviously you've got a dreaded smooth section there, so if that's in the wrong spot for you then, and you need grip, then you're out of luck. But anywhere else, quite nice. Obviously you've got a smooth tip on the very front there, but I'm not sure anyone's going to hold it like that, although I'm sure somebody will. But the front section there for me, it's not overly grippy, not as grippy as I first thought it would be, but it's still quite a pleasant grip. When you're pushing, you can feel a little bit of bite, but definitely that scallop section there is the nicest part, and it's a decent level of grip, that, so quite like that there. The rear section at the very end is probably more grippy than I first thought. My camera battery ran out just as I was saying whatever I was saying, but I think I was saying the rear section just felt a little bit more grippy than I first thought, and overall actually it probably might even feel a little bit more grippy than that front part, which I didn't think it would. But it's sometimes when you're holding the dart in your fingers and you're pressing it and that, you get a different impression, because sometimes you press it a little bit too hard, but then when you come to throw the dart you get a slightly different feel. So I try and base it more on what it feels like when I'm throwing the dart, because obviously you're not pushing your fingers tight on the barrel when you're throwing, you're kind of like relaxing them. So I go by how it feels with that, but I do like that scallop part there. So I would say if that's where you hold it and you like a decent bit of grip, then you're probably going to like these. But I think the whole range is like a kind of an all-rounder range, so there's probably a little bit of something for everyone, and price wise you can't really complain too much. £29.95, so definitely worth a look. So that's the end of the video. I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.